Hi, chat. I need
Hi.
all of you to know we've been talking to you for the past 6 minutes.
And no one listened.
How dare all of you say
Come
nothing?
on, guys.
So rude. I'm going to re-explain to, which will surprise absolutely nobody in my chat. So we've had storms. They started Monday. When I say they've been ongoing, but also inconsistent, they like come in at night and then in the morning and then go away in the afternoon and evening. So I have had nonstop brain fog, possibly the worst brain fog I have had all year. And the perfect example of this is I thought I went live 8 minutes ago and I've been talking to chat. And we've been telling y'all about our weekends. And I've even looked at the little thing and I'm like, I wonder why it's not showing me how many people are watching. Why doesn't it tell me how live I am? But then, like, moving on with my day.
Good ones. That's all I say.
Today is brought to you by Brain Fogged the Effed Up Sam.
Thanks to our sponsors.
So, if my guest would be so kind as to tell chat what you're working on again.
This is going to be really well rehearsed. Like, we got to
right?
Then.
I did that intro with 10,000% more energy than I did earlier.
Yeah, I'm working on the old reading tag. We're reading the manuscript and we're tagging what's wrong with it. And we're trying not to leave comments on every tag, and we're failing at that.
My critique partners are fully aware that when they critique, their critique may be met with, okay, but explain.
I'm working on finishing up my collection of poetry called Shadowbest. I'm going to get done this summer. And I might also work on draft 0 of our book, Future Events. It's a new series me and my sister Lauren started.
So I am going to be working on I did the Dubba date check-in, and then I need to check the Dubba schedule. Hopefully the math part of my brain still works. It worked for the calendar. And then we're gonna see where my head's at, and I may be with this baby, which might seem unprofessional, but you know, today's a day.
Nope.
So
sometimes you need a break.
I dropped it.
Doing it. Have fun.
But I'm just gonna be here supporting and running sprints, motivating everybody else. I'm gonna go back to chat again. I spoke to you all earlier, but it's fine. It's fine. So I read this correctly now, but Haley, you must know the first time I read it, I thought you were the one sitting on the papers, not your cat. Which Matt vehemently defended that everybody has their own process, and I'm like, that's fair.
Yeah, sometimes you sit on stuff.
And then welcome CB and friend. Welcome to I did a dance the first time, so there's my dance. Welcome. It seems your cat wants to be already. Yes. Jess is surprised CB has friends. Wow, Jess, how very mad of you. Jess had to. Hello. How does one acquire a friend? I don't want to hear this from you with all your writing
Oh,
retreats with your
wow.
writing friends that you don't invite me to. So rude.
Ooh.
That's fired.
Follow them until they expect you to be there. That's kind of how I get friends. Something about that shirt is making Matt look very piratey.
Thank you.
CB went so far as she messaged me on Snapchat to ask if there was anything wrong backstage, and I'm like, no, it's fine.
That's so really funny.
She's like,
Ones.
yeah. Bond over being terrible at talking to people. That's one way. It's because it's Monday. It's just the.
To be fair, one time me and Laura did a stream for half an hour, and we didn't know we weren't live, so you're one too bad.
No.
Any reason behind the sunglasses? See, because I wore the sunglasses to go to Burger King and back, and then they were sitting here, and I was like, I can't wear them on my head, on my eyes, because then I won't be able to see my screen because everything's in dark mode already. So now they're just there. It's sunny. You usually go live about a minute after anyway, so thought this was normal too. I feel there is a difference between 1 minute and 8.
About 7.
I feel like there's a slight percentage difference. Also, normally if I am like a minute or two past, it's because somebody's not 100% ready, and I'm a firm believer in just waiting till everyone's ready instead of making people stress and getting ready on screen. So, but that was 100% not what happened today. How do you know she's inside?
Could be a little like lean-to structure that you're in right now. We only see one wall.
That's
All
true.
right, everyone. Next time we get writer's block, just sit on your manuscript.
just
Let me
sit
know
on
how it
it.
goes. I'd invite you if it was mine. You can't invite people to other people's houses. It would be rude. This is fair. This should, in fact, only be done by a bulldozing socialite. I wouldn't know where one of those is, but...
Counterpoint, just invite them, but not into the house. Treat them like a vampire. You
invite them onto the porch.
Yeah, invite them to stand outside.
I had clicked the go live button. Only I can click the go. Well, me, Jess, or Fox can click the go live button. Yeah, that's what I thought as well, and that just made it more appealing. That they look like
until the stream gets
ears.
taken down for copyright.
It's not the right shape. Or distance apart. Doesn't look like 2 quarters. I'm fine. Because I have sat where she is sitting.
Metaphorically?
No, literally. Cookie King slips into the room. Woohoo! Oh, I don't invite anyone into the house ever. Jess has seen too many vampire things. Yeah. She is too well informed on this. Also, I'm gonna go harass Fox. Where is you? And I can just blame me starting so late on him.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't here to harass me. He knows I am not well. I was like, I can't remember the word. I've also been heavily judged today about my honey. Because it was a funny judging. So my husband's mom is visiting. And I have this very nice lavender honey that I got from a honey specialty store. And like, I didn't, before going to the store, realize that they can like control the plants that the honey is pollinated by. And the lavender honey is by far my favorite. It is so smooth and so thick and so nice, and it just tastes so wonderful. And when CB was here, I used some of the lavender honey in the cornbread that I made because it was a special occasion. And I showed the lavender honey to my mother-in-law, and she tasted it, and she thinks the lavender honey is like great. It's like some of the best quality honey ever. And then yelled at me for wasting it in my cornbread. And I'm like, excuse you. I don't just do that all the time, but also it's not a waste to put it in my cornbread.
No, that's a good use of the honey.
The funniest chastising I've got in a while. Or if you
It
invite a
wasn't a waste,
person
you're
in,
still eating it.
it wasn't a what?
It wasn't a waste. You guys still enjoyed it.
Yeah. Or if you invite a person in, say their name is Steve, and there's a demon on your porch also named Steve that you can't see, don't be inviting demons in. Yes, lavender honey. Also, hello. Okay, but honey sticks, little plastic straws to just slurp up some honey. I want to try that. I do love me some honey. Well, it's the Savannah Bee Company is where I got it. It is very expensive, $25 for my jar that was yay big. So I've made that jar last a year though. That comes in all these flower types. I feel like I see them everywhere. If you buy honey locally, they usually will mark what season it was collected and what the primary pollen source was. Not our local honey. They're just like, it's local. We don't know what the bees did.
They're like, we got it here. That's all you need to know.
Yep.
Yeah, all
You
you
don't need
need to
details,
know
just buy it.
is these bees are from our area. We don't know what the bees did. Lavender honey sounds amazing. I want to make lavender honey mead now. Ooh, I want some. Oh, the honey store does sell mead, but like the mead wasn't based on those. We bought some of the apple mead, and it's like apple cider. It's so good. I will raise my bee army to make me honey. Yes. Goes to shun all named Steve. Poor Steve's. All right, so we should do our intros.
Oh yeah.
Nico,
Yeah, we didn't do that at all.
let me move the banner. There you go. Let me put the ticker down. Go on, Nicole.
Oh. So I'm Nicole. My channel is The Blind Maids, where I do videos about magic, tarot, poetry, and acapella song covers. I also write dark poetry, fantasy, and paranormal. And my sister Laura and I are co-authors for Haunted series, as well as running the Poets Corners on Saturdays on our channel.
And I'm Matt Hollon, and my mug has flowers on it. I'm a dark fantasy author working on my debut dark fantasy adventure novel. I also have The White Harvester, which is a dark fantasy pirate short story available for purchase and to read. You can buy it or you can read it, or both. It is in Sasha Black's The Rebel Diaries anthology, along with 12 other rebellious villainy short stories. It's available on Amazon, all the little book purchasing places, and there's a link tree down there that has links to that. You can also follow me on social media. I have a Twitter and an Instagram. I post on them sometimes. Give them a follow.
You can occasionally even see him and CB argue on them or judge each other.
Yeah.
Like their rivalry has extended beyond the streams.
Oh, so help anyone near us if we ever see each other in person.
Do I want to know?
Thank you, Jess. Jess just reminded me that Instagram existed, because that is an agreement we made, that we would remind each other that there is an app called Instagram.
And I'm Writing Mom Samantha on Nasset. This is my channel where I talk about writer things, parent things, and writer-parent things. On Mondays, I host live streams. All through August, they're going to be like this, where they're write-ins, where we socialize, have a good time, get some work done. They start at 7 to 7:02 and not 7:08. And if you would like to read a sample of my writing, you can go to my website, samanthaalnasset.com, and read my... Yes, it's August 1st. May I help you? You can go to my website to read my spooky flash fiction, Until Pizza Do Us Part. You can also sign up to the newsletter to get exclusive preview access to being able to beta read things when they launch, all the news, all the things. some of the other types of streams, I'm sorry, the child asked me what day it was and threw me off.
What?
Other types of live streams that I host are like on August 29th, we're going to be doing a birthday bash for me and Matt because we have the same birthday, which is August 30th. We also officially now will be hosting a flash fiction free-for-all, which you can check out the very first one Monday. So just like the stream right before this one on my channel. Oh god, my brain has died. So dead. If you would like to support the channel, you can like, subscribe, ring-a-ding that bell if you would like to tip, because I do use that to like buy games and stuff for our party streams. You can go to my Ko-fi down below.
Give Sam money.
And yeah, that's it for the moment. I'm going to be sprint time.
Give
poll.
Sam games.
I need so many games. All the games.
Give Sam games.
What's your favorite type of game to play?
Well, we usually have a Jeopardy board. The last Jeopardy board we did was wild.
The amount of just incorrect things on that Jeopardy board.
So usually I custom make a Jeopardy board for the parties, but we had... Wait, no, I have to change that poll. Ignore it.
Yeah.
I don't have a 35-minute Sam FaceTimer. So normally we I custom make a Jeopardy board for the game, but last time I just had so much going on. I was like, no, fuck it. And so we decided to use a random one. And it was special. It was so special. Highly recommend checking out our last quarterly party. But yes, are you about to ask me for all the help with Duolingo? She shakes her head no, but that guilty smile.
You say no, but I mean yes.
Yes, I am greatly looking forward to it. I stayed just to help Matt with the Marvel category, and it was a lie.
But we still won, and that's what matters.
Somehow, although none of you know what the hottest planet is.
Well, I know what it should be.
It was especially funny because like both Matt and CB got wrong what the hottest planet was, and my 4th grader comes over and I asked him what the hottest planet was, and he knew.
Yeah, Jess,
shamed all of you.
It should be Mercury because it's the closest one to the sun, so it should be the hottest
Mitchell
planet. For some reason, Venus.
What's the hottest planet? Venus.
Yeah.
Venus. You know you got.
I got brain fog. I ain't even gonna bother. I'll just fact check with the 10-year-old.
Yeah. It's Venus. It should be Mercury. Mercury makes sense. It's
The
closest to
the
sun.
goddess of lust and love should be the hottest.
Agreed.
It's the steamiest planet. Venus, according to my friend. Mercury. Like how all the adults are like, but logic and rationale, and I'm like, this is why I don't take sci-fi too seriously. Oh damn, Sam, you got me there. Nicole's the smart one. I'm like, that's fair. I'm just like, I feel like it's a trap no matter what I say. I'm like, if I say Venus, it's going to be Mercury. If I say Mercury, it's going to be Venus. I've psyched myself out too bad. So I'm like, I know it's one of those two. I've narrowed it down. So far, 20 minutes is winning. I'm your Venus. I'm your fire. Your desire. See, it's in the song. Obviously, Venus is a goddess. She's got to be hot.
Isn't Mercury a deity?
He's a god, yeah.
So he's got to be hot, right?
I really love the memes that go around about like NASA taking away Pluto's planethood. And NASA's like, we only have 8 planets now. And Pluto's like, stop saying I'm not a planet. And NASA's like, I can still hear I can almost hear their voice. And then someone's below is like, oh, you take away the planet status of a planet named after the god of death, and you wonder why the world is becoming dystopian.
Right.
And like, I love the comments that are like, I've never understood what's going on more than now. How come CV has wrench power? I have no power. Do you want wrench power? I just don't think. I think at the time I recruited my mods for the channel, we did not know each other. And I have been lazy and not updated since.
Like, I was concerned.
Hold on, I got this.
I'm nice ass.
Now I have the I'm Your Venus, I'm Your Fire song stuck in my head.
I'm your Venus, I'm your fire, your desire. Alright, I did what Planet Lives Matter. Howdy, it's been hi Candy,
Hi.
how you doing? Part 2. With great power comes great responsibility. I was gonna say, also, Jess, you don't need wrench powers, but the other thing requires you to sign into StreamYard, so I guess I'll go to YouTube Studio and give Jess wrench powers.
Or not, just tease them. We were, but I never got around to it, so too bad.
With a wrench, we're coming to you next, Matt.
Uh-oh.
There may be a Cody and a CV coming to visit me for the holidays. I don't yet know if that's happening, but they've both threatened me with a good time. And I'm just saying, the invitation extends to other Ohioan peoples. Regulars, that's the word I wanted. That sounds ominous. Which I told Chris, I was like, Cody wants to know if he could come visit for a couple days for the holidays around the same time CB does, if she does. And Chris goes, no, we're not having more people. And Cody sounded so sad. I'm like, babe, I need to know, are you serious or trolling? And he goes, oh, I don't actually care. It's fine. And I'm like, I understand that I have to ask you 5 different times before you actually acquiesce to something. But other people's don't have that experience. All right, 20 minutes, that's what it is. My child keeps slamming down on the couch beside me, and then everything just and I'm like, you need help, go ask daddy or abuela. Both of them speak Spanish better than me. The non-native Spanish speaker is the one that children always come to.
Well.
To heck with you and your 20, or to heck with you people in your 20 minutes. I have videos to film.
Well, you got to film them in 20 minutes.
Yep.
The next one will be 30 minutes just for you, Jess. Is the couch bed still active? Yes, the couch nest is still a nest. I decided it was too much work to turn it back into an L-shaped couch, and I prefer this way because so I can stretch out my legs. What was I about to do?
Start the timer.
I love watching the banter between. I know, I love them all too. They bring joy to my day. Just in my own little corner. As am I! A literal corner. I'm your Venus, I'm your fire, your desire. Nope, it's not final. I need to take that out.
Happy birthday, Candy.
Happy birthday, Leo season!
Oh my god, it is Leo season, isn't it?
Yep.
Time marches on.
Why, thank you. It is my face and Uncle Horace. All right, who wants to count us down?
You got this. Ugh, I'm too sleepy to count from 3 to 0.
Nicole, it is your job.
And 3, 2, 1, sprint.
And we're back. How did everybody do that sprint?
That is the question, isn't it? How many pages did I read? I read and tagged 6 pages.
Good.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, you're fine. You may go fast.
Got a poem done and didn't realize it was for different collections like crap.
I connected with the fox, found out where he had vanished to, why he was not here to, keep me on the straight and narrow. And then I finished all the dubba things I needed to do, I think. And then there was something that I was going to do that I needed to do, and I could just not remember what it is, but I just remembered what it is. So I'm writing a note to Fox. Cookie Kingdom Recruiting. Gotta look at that. Alright, but yeah, then I need to revamp my server. So I've been working on that.
Ew.
So I enjoy revamping. I like making Discord servers. It's like almost a hobby at this point. So chat, how did children? So how did everybody else do?
I have mixed feelings about Discord because it's a good way to interact with people, but it hates assistive technology.
But it what?
It hates any technology assists you that's magnifier or reads to you.
Ah. They have a built-in thing that reads to you, and there's an option you can make sure is clicked on to I know when you're doing things in the settings, you can turn on and off the ability for it to be friendly with text to speak or speak to text.
And yeah, it always crashes.
Oh man, I got here in time for this sprint to begin and have done nothing writing involved. I mean, that happens sometimes.
It'd be like that.
391. Woohoo!
Nice.
I'm working on my outline, so I don't know how much I did work-wise. I mean, the scenes, pages. I just joined in and have done nothing, so I'm starting off by saying, hi, welcome. I'm going to start our break timer. If I can remember a timer, that's the app I use. I'm doing so good today. I love just hearing random out of context things from children. Like earlier, I muted and I immediately just heard one of them yell, "They're not nerd! Their name's just nerd!"
Just their name.
It's like, why is their name nerd? And then just now, I just heard something out of context and fuck, what was it? There was something along the lines of I don't crash into walls, and I'm like, I do all the time. My friend totally didn't realize we were sprinting. I mean, that's fair. What are you yelling at me for? I had you muted so I could finish filming. And not yelling at anybody. Yay, catching up. I'm struggling to open my mouthwash container. I believe in you, Haley. Also, if you put a wash rag over the top of anything, it becomes 10 times easier to open.
If you stab it with a knife, there will be a hole in it.
Hold on, but sometimes the tops that bubble up are stab resistant, and those fuckers terrify me. Foxy says, "What the fuck happened to Pluto? They took away its statehood.
Yeah.
It's
Statehood.
Stay me
planethood. They took
Planethood.
away its planethood." Yeah, little did everybody know it used to be the 51st state.
51st state. Pluto. Real far away.
The friend
Quite a
finished
drive.
editing chapter. Oh yeah, we like work buddies. See, she considered bringing out the knife. She got it though.
Yeah,
I am
that's why I
slowly-
calls to my sister. Since I can't open crap.
I'm slowly getting this scene done. It's a very important one, so I got to get it right. I feel that. See, my baby sister is like shorter than me, but like twice as wide as me, and most of it's just muscle. And so like we call her She-Hulk. So I'm like picture this. I'm like 17, 18, right? Which makes her 11, 12. And I can't open jars. So I'm just like, you open this for me, She-Hulk. And then she does it. I have no shame. I'm like, especially since after I had my first kid, something about my wrist just went, you want strength? Never again.
Oh yeah. Dainty Wrist Club.
Oh wait, no, I just put it in front of her. It's like, do it.
My
Also, I'm
fingers,
picturing you-
I can like screw screws in with my fingers, no problem. But you want any wrist strength? No.
Nope.
I'm picturing your sister like taking a jar of pickles and then just opening like a can, like it's a can, just peeling the lid off that way.
Funny thing though, after she had my niece, she stopped being able to open things, and it upset her so much. After like over a decade of being our designated jar opener, she suddenly couldn't open jars anymore.
But your niece now can open jars.
Your niece stole the power.
That would be great. Oh, sadly, no. My middle one, though, when he was 2. So Chris has this 15-pound dumbbell for curls. Our he's 8. Rocco, how old are you? What is your age? What is your age? Yeah, how old are you? 9, sorry. So our 9-year-old, when he was 2, so it's like 7 years ago, he looks at the 15-pound dumbbell and he tries to pick it up, and like he can't. He cannot lift it or anything. All he does is turn red in the face and gets annoyed. And I'm like, I understand, baby, but you're 2, and that's 15 pounds. Less than 2 weeks later, I see him go to pick this up. He lifts it off the ground like this much, and I'm like, you're no longer allowed to play with other toddlers. It was just
He just picks up a toddler and just hurls him like a javelin.
he like a couple of years later, my cousins and stuff start having kids. So now he's like a younger kid, and my cousins' kids are all toddlers. And he specifically has this one who just is obsessed with my child, just following him and everything. My child at this point is not very social, but I'm like, you cannot roughhouse with that boy. Like you will break him. And my like cousin's wife, she's like, nah, go ahead. He's like a little rough. Somebody needs to put him in his place. I'm like, you do not understand. He won't put him in his place. He'll put him in the hospital.
That's
not his place.
So what my child does is, in the most gentle way I have ever seen a suplex thing happen or clothesline happen, he puts his arms like over his cousin and just gently forces him to the ground slowly and holds him there for a moment and then goes away, and his cousin's just sitting there frustrated but also delighted. Like, there was nothing this child could have done against him. He was just too strong, but he's so happy he finally got his attention and he started playing with him. And I was so proud. I'm like, yes, he didn't floor him. Because like he tried to roughhouse with his older brother, and well, his older brother did not lift 15-pound weights at 2. So he does not appreciate if the play fighting gets too rough. And I'm like, my poor child.
Yeah,
But
my niece is 8, and the only one I had to teach her dad is she loves wrestling. It's like, nope, I did find Poppy. It's like, leave me out of this.
It's like, please go roughhouse with the other individuals that are not me.
With the man child.
But on the flip side, he does have a lot more self-awareness with his strength than a lot of other children his age. So I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah, she does not. We have to tell her, like, you gotta be gentle.
Yeah, it's like most of the time when like a baby squeezes your hand and stuff, it's like, oh, well, you're so strong. And it's like, it's not that they're strong, it's that they have no concept of control. So they're just always using full strength. We tend to not constantly use full strength. Fox refuses to let America have Pluto. We can't have it. We're heathens. I mean, fair, but I don't think we had permission for most of the things that we have. So there's
They
that.
can manifest destiny up.
They can manifest destiny up. I apologize, chat. My Milanote was covering you, and I didn't realize you were talking. Because, like, Milanote's the same color as chat, and my brain fog is so strong. Didn't process I wasn't looking at chat. I so want to see someone open a can. Like,
Just
yes, I
jar
want to
pickles
see.
and you just go.
Sometimes you just have to write a summary for a scene, sort of detailing what you want to happen and move on for a bit. So long as you can come back before too much further. I assume this is self-projecting. I can't really relate because that's just an outline to me.
I was gonna say, like, I just kind of,
Or
a lot of times if it's a pretty like physical scene with a lot of moving parts, I'll just outline the scene pretty in depth before writing it.
Or a timed writing prompt. I will do that for a timed writing prompt. I feel like it would be a great story idea if children stole specific powers from their parents when they were born. Yes.
I would love to see how.
Okay, so my sisters and I, we joke all the time that I joke with my sisters that I took certain things in the womb but left other things with them. Like I left the super strength for my other sisters, and my middle one was like, yeah, and then I left it for our baby sister. So like that's why she's so much stronger than us, because we just left the strength in the womb for her. And so like I already have a mentality that like plot premise could work. You're just in the womb and you get to pick and choose which of your parents.
It's like a build a character thing.
Yep.
like build a bear.
Yeah, just moving sliders around.
Build a baby. Yes. Snaps other toddlers. He would.
Just goes.
Toddler toss.
Favorite Olympic event.
Yeet the toddler. It'll put him somewhere. America doesn't ask for permission to take over a country or a planet. I just want Pluto to get the respect it has and misspoke for 2 whole seconds. Which is the average amount of time I misspeak. I guess. It's canon now. My child is right beside me playing on her tablet, and I just have reached over and started scratching her like a cat, and she's just so used to this. She has not stopped anything she's doing. I think she died. I don't know. What happened? You died? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Was it because I stopped scratching your head? She's ignoring me again. She's just ignoring me again.
Can't talk, playing game.
Yeah. My children are simultaneously so patient with me and yet get so tired of my shit so easy sometimes. What happened was I'm in their day area, essentially. They come in here and they use this room for at least 3 hours while they each take turns on the computer. And then once their computer time is over, they will abandon me and I will be so alone. So this one is waiting for her turn on the computer, and the other two are over there. I think we're on child 2's turn. That's just how I refer to the children when they're taking turns for things. Child 1, 2, and 3. Like, which one is which varies by the turn order. So this is a fun thing. There's a meme that like middle children are generally the tallest.
Nope.
And
Not our
my my middle sister is taller than me by an inch, but that's it. But my middle child is officially bigger than his older brother now. And when we go to restaurants and things, like our oldest is small for his age. And so they'll be like, how old are the children? And we'll give them their ages. And then they look at us weird. Because like the oldest can easily pass for a year or two younger than we say. But the middle does not pass for his own age. So they're assuming that's the one that like we're lying about or something. And I'm like, no, that one's 9. And they just look at me and I'm like, that one won't even let us, like, if we tried to lie. He's very proud of his age. So our oldest will just be like, I'm 10. And we're like, you're 9 now. And he goes, I'm 9. In like the exact same notation. I'm like, that one's mine.
Yeah, I like younger maids. My parents would always be like, yeah, that's still a child to like get this stuff and stuff. I'm like, you're lying. Like, just do all of it. We'll do something later. Like, okay.
When I was a kid, my parents would take me to this buffet in town, and it had, at the time, it was kids 4 and under eat free.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I cost them a lot of money, that restaurant, because I've always eaten a lot of food from birth.
I relate.
So 3 and 4-year-old Matt is just on like plate 4 of lo mein, and they're like, "How old is he?" And my parents are like, "He's 3," and they're like, "He's eating so much." And they're like, "I don't know what to tell you, man." Like,
that's his lo mein stomach. Yeah. He has 4 of them.
Yeah, like, sorry.
Yeah, my parents did the same thing. Like he said, like 12 under 3. It's like, yeah, she's one.
So we can't say that they're twins, like even if we wanted to, because when they're in the same grade at the moment because of when birthdays align, and a lot of their teachers mistake them as twins. Like we took them to the 3rd grade back to school night, which is like, I don't know how many places do or don't have a back to school night, but basically back to school night is the Friday before the week school starts. And parents can go and like you walk around the school so that like new students and everything can get to know the layout. You take your kid to their classroom so that during the first day of school they can just go to their classroom. They don't get too confused. And so we go into the 3rd grade hallway. And the teachers are like, oh, we've got 2 sets of twins this year. And my middle just spins around. We're not twins.
Goes, no, you don't.
You thought. But like, I'm like, they're actually almost 2 years apart. Almost. But yeah.
Yeah, me and my sister Lauren, I was twins. And we were like, hey, you guys look so alike. We're like, no, we don't. But yeah, they still hear one person. It's like super annoying.
My my younger cousin, he's my oldest cousin, but 4 years my junior, and my little sister are about a year apart, and they were always like roughly the same size, and my family has a very strong genetic connection, and so everybody plus we like dressed him up in like my clothes or my sister's clothes all the time, so everybody just thought they were twin sisters. And he didn't care. He was like, whatever, make me pretty. And we're like, yeah. But now he's like 6'3", and looks like freaking just square leprechaun-ish face because he's got a lot of our strong Irish heritage. So, wait. All right, I'm going to do the poll. You may vote in the poll, but we're doing a 30-minute sprint for Jess. So, really, your votes mean nothing, but I have OCD, so I have to do a poll, even if I ignore it. One of my younger brothers is about 6 foot. He's taller than my entire immediate family. It's fair. Some people get the tall genes, and then everybody else gets shortchanged.
Oh yeah. So in our family, all my sisters and I are all short, but our nieces and nephews are tall as shit. I'm like, how did that happen?
I'm older than my sister by 5 years, and they still think I'm the younger one. And I'm like, why? Like, my sister was 15 when my oldest was born. 15 or 16. And then pop-up chat is... Why is my poll not loading? And people would be like, yeah, he's a tall leprechaun. Why? Oh, I see what happened. Excuse me while I fix YouTube being mean to me.
Come on, YouTube.
Oh my god, YouTube, I'm gonna murder you. It won't let me do the poll because it signed me out of all of my Google accounts. This is why me and Google have many fights. I was trying to make some surveys, but I was trying to specifically make surveys on my author accounts. And so I was trying to switch into my author account, and it's like, no, you can only... It's like you can only use the account that your main signed into, and my main account is my regular one that I like use for school and home and life stuff. So I was like, so I signed out of that one, and now it has signed me out of all of my accounts. So I have to sign back in to all of them. But it's all on the sign-in screen. I'm trying to click it to let me like change the email it wants me to sign into, and it's like, no, you can only use your spam email, the one where you sign into things, because they're like, you have to sign up for this if you want to play this game. And I'm like, fuck you, have my spam account. I'm having issues, everybody.
Jess, here's how I'll entertain the audience. A very clever joke. Did you hear about the rainbow that was sent, or that got arrested? It was sent to Prism. It was a light sentence. Aha!
There you go.
Right.
I've made a poll where everybody's opinion will matter.
My work is done. Oh no, there's only 2 votes.
Fox, you don't understand. It wasn't about the poll. It was about the fact that I wasn't signed into any of my accounts and I can't move on with my life.
Oh no. What has Fox sent me?
Who knows?
Oh, no, it's good. It's a good joke. Come on.
If you say so.
It was really good. I laughed when I saw it the first time. But I'm a sucker for dad jokes.
I am having a rough day, Fox. Leave me alone. Chad understands. The first time parents train you to lie is when you go to a buffet / restaurant with a 12 and underage. Oh, yay, a writing stream. Hi, this is a theoretical writing stream.
Okay, what else? What else
Welcome
you got?
to my chaos. I refuse. If it's not nice to me, I'm not nice to it. That's how I live my life.
Yeah, unlike you are, some of us don't like tech.
It's more Google and I that fight, not YouTube. I feel that I'm the oldest on my mother's side of the family, and yet I'm the shortest. You just have to have a separate window open, and then you can have multiple accounts signed in. But okay, but here's the thing, Jess. I just have 4 or 5 accounts signed in, and for like YouTube, I'm just always signed into my author account, and it works fine. But then I go to do a Google survey, and it wouldn't let me sign into my author account. And then I finally got it to let me sign into my author account. But like It made me sign out of everything else. It was just very roundabout and evil. And I thought I fixed it, and then I didn't fix it. And now I cry before the internet. My dad's good at... I just resent the term dad jokes because they just imply that they're like corny, punny, or bad jokes. And I'm like, moms can make them too. Thank you very much. Non-parents can also make them. So, how do you get a one-armed man out of a tree? You wave at him. I can get away with getting a child's discount at the movie theaters.
That's something that happened like relatively recent, like a few years ago. I got carded trying to go and see a rated R movie. And I'm like, what y'all doing? I don't get carded to buy alcohol, but I get carded to see a rated R movie? What is this?
I got carded going to the casino and they asked to see my birth certificate. They didn't believe my ID.
They wanted to see who just has their birth certificate with them?
I know, right?
Like, just, oh yeah, I keep it folded up in my wallet. Let me just pull that out.
Was it a cute girl?
Come to think of it, you may have solved the mystery, Jess.
I have selected a timer that reflects my soul at this very moment.
Is it Pluto?
No, but I should get one.
Just Pluto with like some tears.
It's a crying Pluto.
Crying Pluto.
Pluto.
Oh my! Is it really not going to let me? Excuse me.
Nope.
What is the meltdown computer? Why?
Chat's thoughts on sushi. How do we feel about sushi?
Yum.
Right.
I love sushi.
I was talking with one of my coworkers. We got sushi for lunch last Friday, and she was saying that like it just doesn't like she's wanting to enjoy it, but just hasn't acquired the taste for it yet. And I get that because it took me a while to grow to like it.
It's funny because my sister introduced me at a Chinese buffet. And ever since then, it's like I love it.
Yeah. What about you, Sam?
As much as I know, I love sushi. As much as I know this is also just supposed to be a joke, I really don't like this kind of like casual sexism. I tend to not like joke about it or encourage joking about it here because I just don't like it. I just think it reinforces bad things. Everybody gets to see what I'm subscribed to. No, they don't. All right. Are we ready?
City, that's going to be bitey. Yes. I love it.
Well, it is muted.
The thunderstorm will be in here.
It will be in your heart.
That makes it sound like I'm like really anxious to sprint. Like, oh god, a writing sprint. What am I gonna do?
Are we ready?
Yes.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. And we're back. So, how did everybody do that sprint?
I had about 28 lifesaver gummies.
Good, good. Did you get reading in while consuming the life of these gummies?
I did.
Awesome.
These have sour apple flavor, and that's a great flavor.
I
don't get very often.
Heard one of my children yelling, "How?" And I'm like, because he can multitask, children.
So going. Downstairs.
Nicole, how did you do?
I think you're still muted.
Oh, hold on. All right, I unmuted you.
Sorry.
Hear you again. You're good.
I got 2 pages written. I'm working on my character randomization piece for the writer Sam.
Don't mind me, my computer's
No,
on
not
this
you,
mess.
different Sam.
But there's only one of me in existence. What? I fought with the wide internet and everything, but I have won. I conquered it. Everything is set back up to my specifications and needs, and I'm good. And figured out what I needed was, in fact, Google Forms, not Google Surveys. Because Google Surveys only lets you have like 6 options, and I needed 8. So,
Hey, at least you figured it out.
yes, I did. And then I started revamping my server again, which there's like a role on my server that I was staring at, and I'm like, do I need you? There's a lot of sushi love going on.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, dang tech tune not working for me. We were having a fight. I'm allergic to shellfish, so eating raw fish scares me. I mean, that's valid.
Fair.
Oh, like, I get that.
And the risk for cross-contamination is high.
Don't put any wasabi on the sushi because I can't handle the spice. It's fair. I'm the same. My sisters are still teasing me for turning down Creole.
Apparently,
One of the first times I tried crawdads, I went to suck the meat out, but I got no meat and instead just a mouthful of spices and juice. And I was like, oh, hello. Sinuses cleared. I think I might DoorDash some tacos and a couple mini chocolate cupcakes. I heavily encourage food. Party. Oh yes, this is Matt telling us his how he will track his productivity. Candy, give us energy and coffee.
I would love coffee right now.
Is Candy doing a coffee run for everyone? One of my children is just bouncing back and forth over the couch. And I'm like, child, it's not a trampoline.
But it's bouncy.
Yeah. It's always fun till someone gets hurt.
I just heard one of my children so offended. What did you do that for?
I'm like,
And I'm like,
great question.
They can handle it. $4.95 new words. Aw, yeah. 328 words, and I finished the chapter and stared at a new chapter. Did you stare the new chapter down? Is it amply intimidated now? I have started our break timer.
I finished reading it.
Go ahead. No, you go.
I finished reading a chapter that is very enjoyable to me because it's just more wholesome little character moments, but I'm also like, this probably needs to be cut or dramatically trimmed because we don't need to be spending this long on stuff that's not advancing the plot, but it's fun for me.
I like that it's not drastically trimmed, it's dramatically trimmed.
No, dramatically. There has to be a crack of lightning in the background and a haunted house.
I decided I don't need that other role, but I like the color so much that I've changed my moderator to that color and then deleted the other role. So it's a really nice yellow. I don't want to get rid of that yellow.
Dramatically, I like that. That's a good.
Dramatically.
That's good. That's exactly what I probably
our
need to
word
do to
now.
this chapter is dramatically trim it.
Yes, it was sprint 2. I will go ahead and do a poll for the final sprint, in which all people's voices will count.
Will be heard. While you do that, on the subject of sushi,
Yes.
oh my god, Jess, that song was in my head too. Anyway, on the subject of sushi, what's everyone's go-to roll?
Hi. Hi.
Somebody wants attention.
Hello.
Hiya.
What do you need?
Nothing. I just want to be on stream.
Just vibing.
He will do weird things on stream, and then he'll put my streams on his TV so he can watch himself.
Oh.
He doesn't care about the rest of us. He just wants to watch himself.
He's the star.
The final countdown. All right, now go, children.
No.
I've been attacked. I would
Sorry,
cut
now.
this on, but I don't want them to come back. It was playing in my head. The final sprint poll. Stop jumping on the couch, or you will be banned from this room. You will be banned from the room.
Oh.
He ever so softly tumbled. Like, I guess that's fine. It's a 3-way tie, and I love it. The chapter is sufficiently cowed. I meant to say started, but now I want a peanut butter and jam sandwich.
Ooh, that sounds good.
That's fair.
So what's your
Hey.
go-to, Matt, for sushi?
Oh, my go-to sushi? I generally just do a basic tuna avocado, but there's a sushi place around here that has octopus nigiri, and that's really good. It's the only place around here I can get it, and it's the more expensive sushi place around.
I mean, that makes sense.
So I don't get it often.
Yeah, I like the tempura ones.
Those are really good.
I like all the sushis, but definitely go toward the ones that have crunchy
Yeah.
sprinkling,
Mhm.
and crab, if it says crab. Which, when we go to places that they're like, they have a crab thing and a lobster thing, but like the lobster thing is twice as expensive as the crab thing, I'm like, they taste so similar.
Honestly,
though.
I like crab better than
What?
lobster.
So do I.
I think crab
And
tastes better.
I'm like, why is it so much more expensive? Oh my gosh.
But they do taste the same. Like when we went to Salem, we tried lobster benedict. That was really
Oh,
good.
I do love
Yeah,
lobster.
lobster is good. It's just
Crab is also
And
really good.
the
Yeah, but
price
when you're from
tag is
Maryland
not
and you get
justifiable.
All year long, you start to get tired of it.
That's fair.
The price tag is so. Which the other thing is, I know why it costs that much. It's because like back in the day when they started shipping lobster from the coast to the more inland places, it cost a lot of money to keep it cold and to keep it from spoiling because they didn't really have freezers and ice box trucks back in the day. So that's why the price tag cost so much. But then like it just stayed there, and
Right,
they now just
modern
market
day.
it as luxury, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, because I mean, like lobsters are plentiful.
and easy to
Yeah.
transport now. The most terrifying thing being a parent with multiple children is not the noise or the owls, it's the silence, or so my mom says.
I think
Depends
that's
on the
freestyle.
age. definitely toddler stage when like you've sat there and you've been just relaxing and peaceful for more than 5 minutes, and then you're like, what are they doing?
Oh no.
But like I'd walk into my kitchen and there would be so much white powder, and I'd be like, is it cornstarch? Is it flour? Is it sugar? What is all over the floor? I don't even know how they got to it sometimes, because it's like high shelves, and I'm like, how are you climbing? You can't even like walk 4 steps sometimes, but you got to the flour on the 3rd shelf up.
Yeah, then you think of Rugrats and you like can think of how to get it.
They're just like tiny assassin warriors in training. They will not be stopped.
It's like the time I in my kitchen I went to pick up my like big jar of sugar,
Mhm.
and I was an idiot and grabbed it by the lid,
Oh no!
and it just went, and just so much sugar on the floor, just mounds of sugar.
There's few larger heartbreaks for a Southern woman than when you're just sweeping up mounds of sugar. And the worst part is, because like part of you is like, because of the way the sugar pile fell, the sugar like all of that's still good. Like I could still use that. But then you're like, but do I want to risk it?
Out here with like an index card, like sliding it underneath.
Just put it in a side jar and like label it "risk it for the biscuit," and you know that's the danger sugar. That's the how lucky
Danger
do you
sugar.
feel today.
Yeah, our mess is more flour and sugar in our house, which is more annoying to clean up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I exist on. So I used to say, and I still maintain, that I don't really have a sweet tooth, but my husband's like, you put so much sugar and honey in like so many things. And I'm like, well, yeah, but it doesn't really like taste that sweet. And he's like, hun. And then I found out, because I took one of those DNA test things, and like the more that they do, they like find little weird genomes and stuff. And they're like, you have a gene for bitter taste buds. And so basically, I was like, I can super taste out bitter things, which is why like pure molasses and honey taste bitter to me. And I'm like, vicious. I don't have a sweet tooth. I just require 4 times the amount of sweetener for it to taste sweet. So,
I hate the smell of molasses.
Oh, I love
only
molasses.
use the
It
danger sugar.
stinks so bad.
Big
Yeah,
molasses fan.
it's a fun smell.
Not
it
when you have hyper sense of smell, it's not.
The fun was sarcastic. I don't have a hypersensitive smell, and it's still not the most pleasant thing to smell, but it tastes so good in baked beans.
That's true. But yeah, that onions. My mom's like, I'm gonna make some onions. I'm like, bye. I'm out of here.
Only use the danger sugar when it's getting baked, so that danger sugar. You risk it for the bit. I don't actually think I put sugar in biscuits, but nothing else sounds as fun as risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're from scratch, you put sugar in it.
Risk it for the Bisquick. If you want to drop like a brand in there.
But I still don't add sugar to that.
Yeah. Although
it's proverbial biscuit.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
Risk it for the brisket, but do you put sugar in brisket?
Well, maybe in the barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, maybe risk it for the brisket. So we got a saying for if you like bread, if you like brands, and if you like meat. Risk it for the biscuit, for the biscuit, for the brisket.
For the
with
Nesquik. Put it in chocolate milk.
No, I think we don't support Nesquik, Matt. They have illegal child labor, I think.
Oh!
Let me check. Nesquik.
The more you know.
I think what it was is in an interview, they were asked, do you use child labor in your companies, and they said we can't say that we don't or something like that. It was like they couldn't admit to it, but they couldn't deny it either.
Right. It's like,
Like,
we need
if-
to.
But I
if-
could be mixing up Nesquik and Nestle because I'm dyslexic. So I'm
yeah, like
Googling
if
it.
you can't answer that question with an immediate no, we do not.
Right?
Like,
So, like,
Right. No,
don't
we're
take.
like, we're not allowed to discuss that.
Yes, 100%. Do not take my word for it at the moment because, like I said, I can't remember if it's Nesquik or Nestle. I just remember that it is one of the chocolate brands, and I don't use them anymore because of it. Mars, Nestle, and Hershey pledged nearly 2 decades ago to stop using cocoa harvested by children.
so it is probably Nesquik.
Yet much of the chocolate you still buy. So I highly recommend researching it. I have an app that tells me these things, so I just like scan the barcode and then it tells me if the company has been approved to not do shady things.
What app is that?
Fox says it's Nestle
Oh,
or Nestle. Thank you, Fox.
Hershey, Nestle, and Mars.
So Nestle. I apologize, Nesquik. I'm dyslexic, and you sound really close to Nestle.
What
in
is
your
sad
chocolate.
is I didn't know that. That's like most of the chocolate chips in my house.
Well, like, don't throw it out if you already bought
No,
it.
I'm
You
still gonna
already
use it,
paid
but
for it.
like,
Yeah, it's got
now
your
I
money.
know.
Yeah.
what's the name of the app that you use to scan the barcode? 'Cause I'm gonna download that.
Yeah, same.
So I have a couple. I'm trying to remember what they are. I'm looking for the one with my zoo logo because the one with my zoo logo has palm oils. Nope, not you.
Oh, that makes sense, Jess. Nesquik
Sam, Nestle makes.
Nesquik is a
Yeah.
Nestle product.
Are you
That
looking
Thank
at
you. I feel less bad. Never mind. They spilled the sugar. They get the flour cookies. I love that logic. The timer just went off. I might have to get it to you later, Matt, because
No worries.
most of my apps are organized. But food and store apps. Here we go.
We take back our apology.
We take back our apology.
Our
Yes.
opinion of Nesquik this stream is gone.
Fox says Nestle dominates the hot chocolate market even when you don't think they're involved. This is an ongoing battle. Yeah,
yeah.
I think that's part of the issue. All right, so I'm going to start our final sprint, and then I will search for the app on my phone, and I'll get the name for everybody who wants to use it. Because also, there's just why did I exit the tab for the timers? I exited the tab and opened a new one, and I'm like, why are we like this, brain? We're gonna use the bomb. All right, but yeah, there's a lot of different apps you can use to scan barcodes for a variety of things, and it's it is a very tiny way that I try to help be more environmental and socially aware and stuff because I don't have time to do all the
Totally fair
research
enough.
myself. So I'm a mom of 3 with a chronic illness. I need help. That's what these apps are for. Yes, Kay, that says final sprint. Where's my subscribe banner? Yay! All right, Matt, have you counted us down today?
He has
I'm
not.
not. So
It's his turn.
we'll
Are
go.
you awake enough now to count?
I'm pretty confident in my
You have
numbers.
no candy.
3, which is this many. 2, which is this many. 1, which is this many. Go.
And we're back. So, how did everybody do on the final sprint? Have a specific?
I
Maybe
finished the second chapter of the night, so I've made good progress.
That's good.
Nice. That's 2 more than you had before.
Exactly.
I looked up. So the app that I used to use is not there anymore. But
Well,
I found another one that I will be trying out. I cannot vouch for it as I just downloaded it. But the Google reviews say that Buycott is a good app for checking out how ethical a thing
B-I
is.
or B-U-Y?
B-U-Y. Like boycott with your
Oh, that makes sense.
Buycott. And but I do use it was in my adulting folder. It's called Palm Oil Scan, and it's made by Waza, and it's actually used and promoted by a lot of our zoo programs, which I know like there can be controversy with zoos because of like roadside zoos, but a lot of the actual like big zoos are dedicated to preservation, conservation, and like the Nashville Zoo, which is it's not local because it's an hour away, but it's close to locals I got for a zoo. They're actually like world renowned for their breeding program because they've helped take at least 2, I think 3 species off the near extinct list. I forget which one. There's endangered, and then there's the other one, and one of them.
Threatened.
Yes. So they've taken a couple off of one of those lists, and so it's
That's
great. They
awesome.
got like a little veterinarian center, so you can like go and look in the windows to see the little babies. But yeah, so the palm oil scan by Wazi is make sure that like you can scan to see that they're using palm oil instead of like other oils, because palm oil is a cheap and effective use and like really easy. My brain died. It said you cannot give this right now. Either way, it's good. The app actually tells you why. Like it says more. Y'all can't see that.
Oh. Bright light.
See, it's like it says, who are we about palm oil? Speak like there's a survey. But I'll check that out later. But yeah, so that's one that I have used and I've been using. And like when I first learned about it, I scanned all my chocolates. I was like, are you good? Are you good? Are you good? Aldi's, like 90% of the chocolates in Aldi's use ethical palm oil. Love Aldi's. But yeah, so that's one app. And then, like I said, I will be trying out Buycott. But like I was saying earlier before the sprint, like you can literally just like Google for these kinds of apps, and there's so many of them. I know. I just Googled. There's like article the 7 best apps, the 4 best apps, the 3. Buycott was on all of them, so I'm like, you gotta like something. So yeah. See you, Candy. Hello, Nicole. Anthology edits done. Oh yeah. I did know things. I watched Beck's Comic Con vlog. Well, that was a thing.
Still dance.
511 new words. Oh yeah. Adulting is it is. I was also just like amused that past Sam was like making sure we buy ethical chocolate. Adulting. Like it makes so much sense. Why didn't I think of it? But yeah. So did we all say how we did? Nicole, did you say how you
No.
did?
I got Paros done, then I decided to play a game on my phone.
I mean that's fair. We're at the 2.5 hour mark. Is late for most people. So
yeah, for me the final sprint is either like no work gets done or a lot of work gets done because I'm like, oh my god, this is my last chance to do something.
I'm sleeping after this.
Oh.
All right, so do we want to go ahead and say our goodbyes then?
Our
That
farewell.
sounds so much sadder than our outros. All right.
I've been moved.
So I like to reverse who
Yeah.
has to go first at the end of the night.
So, hello everyone. I'm Matt Hollon. My mug still has flowers on it. I'm a dark fantasy author working on my debut dark fantasy adventure novel. I also have a dark fantasy pirate story called The White Harvester, available for purchase in Sasha Black's The Rebel Diaries anthology. It is featured alongside, God, how do numbers work? 12 others? There's 13 total, I think. I've said this a million times and I don't remember. There's other stories in there. The
There's
number?
13 total.
There's 13
12
total.
others.
I am one, so there should be 12 others. There's probably 12
Yes.
others.
That's what
in
you
there.
said, Begane.
It is or isn't.
It is what you said, Begane. You said you're one, and there's 12 others.
Awesome. So yeah, there's 12 others.
I
And
can go count them for you.
it just goes to the table of contents. And yeah, you can buy all 13 of them on Amazon or wherever you buy books. And you can follow me on social media. I have Twitter, I have Instagram. Sometimes I post on them, especially when Jess reminds me to post on them. And all of that to be found in my link tree hanging out down below.
Nice. So I'm Nicole. My channel is The Blind Maze on YouTube. I am a writer of dark poetry, fantasy, and paranormal. The first book for Hunted is called The Moral's Kiss. You can find that on Amazon and Kindle. Book 2 will be coming out hopefully in October, and that's our goal for every book. And also, we just are working on Draft Zero for a new series called Face Revenge, which is a mix of Greek mythology with the disabled community.
Nice. Sorry, I was trying to figure out if I was going to burp or not. Me, with all of the conveniently timed bodily functions. Hi, I'm Writing Mom Samantha on Nasset. This is my channel where I talk about writer things, parent things, and writer-parent things. And on Mondays, especially all throughout August, I will be hosting write-ins like this. Hopefully less messy, but
Probably not.
we'll see if the storms let up and if Google wages war with me again. Other times, we host writing events like the Flash Fiction Free-for-All, which you can check out last Mondays on my channel. It was a really fun time. We really enjoyed it. We'll be doing it again next quarter. And still other times, we have parties like we will be at the end of this month to celebrate me and Matt's birthday because we're getting old together.
Time.
If you would like to see a sample of my writing, you can go to my website where you can read my spooky flash fiction, Until Pizza Do Us Part. And if you would like to keep up to date with all things Sam, you can sign up to my newsletter while you're there. If you'd like to support the channel, you can like this stream, subscribe, and ring-a-ding that bell so you are always alerted whenever I'm doing anything. And if you would like to leave a tip, a donation, help me pay for games, you can go to my Ko-fi down below.
Give Sam money.
And yeah, that's all the things. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for hanging out with us the whole time. And thank you so much for all your patience, whether you were here live or in the replay. You are greatly appreciated. See ya. Bye.